Mia Morris stood at the floor-to-ceiling window of the penthouse overlooking Chicago's Gold Coast, her fingers pressed so hard against the glass they left smudges in the condensation. 3 years of marriage, and the man in their bed was still a goddamn stranger. Ewan Morris, her husband, the ruthless rare earth mineral magnate who'd clawed an empire from Wyoming's poisoned lithium mines, touched her like she might break, kissed her like he was memorizing her face, made love to her like every time might be the last. She'd mistaken it for devotion. Now the envelope burning in her hands told a different story. Department of Homeland Security, Immigration and Customs Enforcement. A photograph slipped out. Ewan, her Ewan, shaking hands with a stone-faced man in a government facility. The handwriting on the back was jagged, desperate. Your husband has destroyed lives. If you love your comfortable lie, burn this. If you want the blood-soaked truth, Millennium Park, tomorrow, 2 p.m., alone. Agent James Walker. Mia's chest constricted. Chicago slept outside. Her marriage was dying inside. Hey everyone, excited to share today's story. Subscribe, comment, and catch tomorrow's. Mia hadn't slept. She'd watched Ewan dress for work that morning. Custom Italian suit, platinum cufflinks, that controlled smile, and felt nauseous with doubt. They'd met 4 years ago at a gala in Denver. She'd been a social worker drowning in student debt, serving champagne to people who spent more on watches than she made in a year. Ewan had looked at her like she was the only person in the room. 3 months later, he'd proposed on bended knee in Aspen, snowflakes catching in her dark hair. "You make me want to be better," he'd whispered. She'd believed him. God, she'd believed every word. Her best friend Lorelei had warned her, "Nobody gets that rich without bodies in their wake, Mia. Men like him don't just make empires, they take them." Mia had defended him, called Lorelei jealous, stopped answering her calls. Now, stirring cold coffee in their marble kitchen, Mia pulled out her phone. Her fingers hovered over Lorelei's number. Instead, she Googled Ewan Morris /ICE/immigration. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Which meant someone had scrubbed it clean. Millennium Park was frozen beautiful. Tourists skating, children laughing, the bean reflecting a steel-gray sky. Mia sat on a bench near Cloudgate, her breath forming ghosts in the February air. Agent James Walker appeared like he'd materialized from shadow. Mid-40s, weathered face, eyes that had seen too much. He didn't sit, didn't smile. "Mrs. Morris, you came." "Who the hell are you?" her voice cracked. "What do you want with my husband?" Walker handed her a manila folder. "Your husband funds ICE operations, private detention centers across Texas, Arizona, New Mexico. Facilities where families are separated, where children sleep on concrete floors, where people disappear into the system and never come out." Mia's hands shook as she opened the folder. Photographs spilled out, chain-link cages, crying children, desperate mothers. Financial documents, wire transfers, Ewan's signature on contracts with Homeland Security. Millions of dollars. Blood money. "He's not just complicit," Walker said quietly. "He's the architect. And Mrs. Morris, I need your help to bring him down." Mia couldn't breathe. "Why me? Why not just arrest him?" "Because he's untouchable. Lawyers, politicians, federal judges in his pocket. We've tried for 3 years. Walker's jaw clenched. "But you have access. His home office, his private files, his unguarded moments. You can get us what we need. Evidence that'll stand up in court. Testimony that'll put him away." "You want me to betray my husband?" "I want you to save the thousands of people he's destroying." Walker pulled out another photograph. A little girl, maybe 7, alone in a chain-link enclosure. Her name was Paloma. She died of pneumonia in one of your husband's facilities. Treatable, preventable. She called for her mama for 3 days before her heart stopped. Mia turned away, bile rising. "Your husband made $18 million the year Paloma died," Walker continued, relentless. "Tell me, Mrs. Morris, what's your marriage worth? What's your comfort worth? What's your silence worth?" Everything Mia thought she knew was ash. Mia went home to their penthouse and saw everything differently. The imported marble, purchased with suffering. The original Rothko, bought with blood. The view of Lake Michigan that Ewan loved, a luxury built on crushed lives. That night, he came home late, exhausted, kissed her forehead. "Rough day, darling. Senate hearing." "About what?" She kept her voice steady. "About border security, tedious political theater. I'm trying to help fix a broken system, make things more efficient, more humane." Humane. The word was obscene in his mouth. Mia watched him drink, this beautiful monster she'd married. "Do you ever think about the people affected by what you do?" Something flickered in his eyes. "Every day. Why do you think I work so hard? I'm trying to make a difference, Mia, build something that matters." He believed it. That was the horror. Ewan genuinely believed he was righteous. "I love you," he said. "I know," she whispered, and began planning his destruction. For 2 weeks, Mia played the perfect wife while her soul rotted. She smiled at dinner parties where senators praised Ewan's innovative solutions. She attended charity galas where he donated millions to children's hospitals while children died in his detention centers. She searched his office at night, found encrypted files, offshore accounts, communications with ICE officials discussing capacity expansion and processing efficiency, sterile language for human cages. Then Ewan found her. 2 a.m., his home office, her fingers on his laptop. The door opened, light flooded in. "Mia." His voice was granite. "What are you doing?" Her mind went blank. I couldn't sleep, wanted to order you a birthday gift." He crossed the room slowly, terrifyingly calm, closed the laptop, took her hands, studied her face like a specimen. "You're lying to me," he said softly. "I've always known when you're lying. Your left eye twitches, just barely, right there." He touched her cheekbone. Mia's blood turned to ice. "Who got to you?" Ewan's grip tightened. "Was it Walker? That self-righteous bastard has been harassing my associates for months." Mia's breath caught. He knew. He'd always known. "I've given you everything," Ewan continued, voice breaking. "Love, security, a life most people only dream about. And you'd throw it away for what? Strangers? Illegals breaking our laws? They're people, Ewan, children, families. They're criminals, border jumpers." His facade cracked, revealing something ugly underneath. "I built this empire from nothing. My father died in those Wyoming mines, lungs destroyed by lithium dust, and nobody gave a damn. I clawed my way up, and I won't apologize for winning." "You're torturing children to make money." "I'm enforcing the law." Mia wrenched free. "Then I can't be married to you anymore." The words hung between them like shattered glass. Ewan's face went white. "You don't mean that." "I do." Tears streamed down her face. "I really do." What Mia didn't know, Agent Walker was listening. Mia had been wearing a wire since their 3rd meeting. Everything Ewan just confessed, his knowledge of conditions, his financial motivations, his complete awareness, was recorded. Federal agents stormed the Penthouse 30 minutes later. Ewan fought like a cornered animal. "You can't do this. I have Senator Hargrove on speed dial. My lawyers will bury you." "Your lawyers can't help you anymore." Walker appeared in the doorway, badge gleaming. "Ewan Morris, you're under arrest for conspiracy to commit human rights violations, fraud, and racketeering. You have the right to remain silent." Ewan's eyes found Mia across the chaos. The betrayal in them was absolute. "You destroyed us," he whispered. "No," Mia said, voice steady despite her shaking hands. "You destroyed yourself. I just stopped looking away." They led him in handcuffs. The Penthouse fell silent except for Mia's ragged breathing. She'd saved hundreds of lives and lost everything she thought was hers. 6 months later, Mia stood outside a community center in El Paso, Texas. The trial had been brutal. Front-page news, death threats, her face plastered across every network. Ewan's empire had collapsed. 17 facilities shut down, families reunited, children freed. Ewan got 23 years. Lorelei found Mia after the sentencing, pulled her into a fierce embrace. "You did the right thing. Then why does it hurt so much? Because you're human. Because you loved him. Because grief and justice can coexist." Inside the community center, a little girl approached. Maybe 8, dark eyes, shy smile. "Are you Mia Morris?" Mia nodded. "You saved my mama. They were going to deport her, but after the bad man got arrested, they let her stay." The girl hugged Mia's legs. "Thank you." Mia knelt, tears finally breaking free. "What's your name, sweetheart?" "Esperanza," the girl whispered. "It means hope." Outside, the Texas sun blazed bright and merciless. Inside, Mia Morris began to heal. Some loves aren't meant to survive the truth. Some truths are worth more than love. In the end, we're defined not by what we have, but by what we're willing to lose for what's right. We don't turn away from stories like Mia's. We carry them forward because silence makes us complicit. Stay, bear witness, remember. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed the story. There are plenty more amazing stories coming your way, so don't stop here. Just click on the video showing on your screen and keep watching. I'll see you there.